Hey guys, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my oil bypass filtration system mounted on my 1981 Rabbit with a 1.6 liter diesel engine, which puts out a whopping probably 53 horsepower, somewhere around there. Working on the injection pump right now, and a couple other minor things. But if you want to just go out there and buy some kind of a universal kit, that's one option to go with. Or if you want to put together a kit for yourself and customize it a little bit, that's this video is probably for you. So I mounted the filter here. It's the EABP 100 Amsoil bypass oil filter. If you're paying full price on that with shipping, it's gonna 2018 prices are coming in at about $57 right now with taxes and shipping. This here is the filter housing that the oil filter is mounted to. The thread pitch is 16 on here. It's a 1-inch -16, and so the filter will just screw right onto there. This size, on this side, these are 3/8 NPT threads, female threads, and it's clearly marked the in and out. For that, I looked up Fram XG3976A remote oil filter mount, and picked that up on eBay for $57. I think that included shipping. So that was a pretty good price. Now keep in mind this is a full flow system, so if you're doing a parasitic oil where you want reduced flow, there's a couple of options out there for you. Amsoil sells the oil filter mount, and inside here I believe there's a plug screwed in there, and you can get various orifices in the center, so like a 1/16 of an inch hole or whatnot, to have that reduced oil flow. I'm going to be doing something like that on my O2 excursion, and this here is this is called a Parker inline flow control valve. So you adjust the amount of flow that's going through here, and there's a plunger needle that adjusts the amount of flow. So once I get it all hooked up on my 7.3 diesel, I'm going to plug off the one end that this basically the in going into the engine, and I'll measure the amount of flow, which I'm going to shoot for a quart of oil per minute. If I had that installed on here, I'd be shooting for more like a pint a minute, because the whole oil system with that is about just under 6.5 quarts of oil with the bypass system. So, but for this, you'll need to buy this. Okay, this is a 1/4-inch NPT. So, what would you be Googling to find this? It's a F400S. And you should be able to get one home for, well, Zorro.com sells them for $38.87 each. If you spend over $50, it's free shipping right now. So this is designed for hydraulic systems, so I'm sure it'll handle the oil no problem. But these are 1/4-inch NPT ends, so I bought these here to screw into the ends of this flow control valve. And so this is Russell 664 440. So it's got the 1/4-inch NPT male, 6AN flare. Now, so that's what that looks like. Now these came with another kit that I bought, which I'm going to detail in a second. So in the kit there's 2 of these, which is over here. So this whole kit here is 12 feet of hose, and you get 6 connectors, two of each. So 2 straights, 2 90s, and 2 45s. And so this is all 6 AN, and these will screw into the end of the hose. So first you take it apart right here, and you very carefully put it on the end, and then you there's a tube deal that screws inside there, and you tighten it up. So, and then this is 6 AN here. It's a lot easier than it sounds if you've never done anything like this before. It's not that difficult. Just make sure that you use Teflon tape on your pipe threads. When I say pipe threads, I mean, you know, these joints here, these joints, you're going to want to put Teflon tape. And when you wrap the Teflon tape, make sure you're wrapping it in the same direction that you would be tightening a thread onto it. So if you put it the other direction, the tape can kind of come off as you're screwing the fitting together. So I also bought, as you can see here, an oil pressure gauge at idle on this particular engine. It's idling at 80. And so I bought the CBM-XB40 290, and it comes with this inline fitting. So right here, the gauge screws in here. Put some Teflon tape on there, and it's a 6 AN male female, so it worked very well. Just screwing that right in line, so you can see how that attaches. Now these here are the 3/8 NPT. So you'll need 2 of these here, and since I bought the sandwich adapter that screws in between the oil filter housing and the oil filter, that's the same fitting down there as well. So that is Earl's, not showing up on there. Let's see. Earl's 510 ERL sandwich adapter. So this can be used on oil bypass systems or as an oil cooler. So it's got the 510 ERL, works well on the little Rabbit here for the size filter that it is and the filter housing. So that just sandwiches right in between there. And then these 45s that come with this kit here, which I will mention a little bit more about the kit in a second. The 45s, can you see them down there? Okay, they go on the end of the braided hose, the 245s, and then that screws together to the 3/8 NPT. So let's see if I got the part number on that 3/8 NPT. Here it is right here. 660 460. So on the little Rabbit here, I needed 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4 down there, and then the rest of the connections were from this kit here. So and that kit I bought that off Amazon, $34.98. 12 feet of braided stainless steel hose, fuel line, and then it comes with the 6 connectors. So it is fuel line, but it works great for the oil. So $35 for that. It is made in China, so if that's a problem for you, you'll have to source elsewhere for these items. So for cutting the braided hose, this works really well. I bought this at Home Depot for like $18, and when you're going to make a cut here, you need to wrap some tape around the braided hose. So duct tape works the best, If you try to use electrical tape, it can be hit and miss if the braid is going to open up on you or not. But inside the duct tape has got little string strands in there, which is very strong, so it'll hold that together. So pretty much that's about when I made my cuts. You know, the duct tape is this wide, you know, going across here, if you can imagine that. And I made my cut. I wrapped the duct tape around one time, and then I overlapped it by about 3/8 of an inch. And then I used the cutter to make the cut, squeezed really hard, and boom, it popped the entire thing. And then I left the duct tape on there. I did not take it off. If you take it off, it's just going to probably spring apart on you. So it doesn't hurt anything to leave it on there. If you look close here in the video, you can see a little bit of that tape in there. So this fitting here, just you push this fitting onto the braided hose, and then inside of here is a tube, and you start to screw the tube on there. So it's not that difficult to do. Takes a little bit of physical effort, but you can get her done. So that's pretty much for the rabbit, how that all works. For the my truck, I bought instead of the sandwich adapter, I'm going right off the side of the engine block. So this is a 1/8 NPT supply where the oil supplies out of. And this is to the left of the main filter. That's Russell 660-450. And another return here, 660-460. So I guess that about does it. Yeah, so the excursion, I'm going to be putting this flow on there. Mentioned that earlier, so cut the flow down. And I did detail, that's a F400S, right? Yeah. So, yeah, here's my injector pump. For those of you who want to see that, pulled that off yesterday. So, it was leaking right at that hookup down there, so yeah. Well, thanks for watching, and have a great day. I hope you enjoyed my video, and take it easy. I'll see you in the next video. See you later.